Goodwill. Gotta find shoes. They don't have the sizes labeled here. These are 8.5s, so close. I really thought it was gonna be easier to find boots. Time to check the art and the frames. Nothing standing out immediately. Anytime I don't want Hunger Games, that's all I find. Anytime I do want Hunger Games, I can't find one. That's in good condition. I did find one yesterday, but the condition, not good. More frames. I did not find any boots or books, but I did find a Lazy Susan, which will be helpful in my new apartment. All right, Goodwill number 2. I need boots, so I need to keep looking. I like these. I don't know what I'd do with them, but I like them. I got Chick-fil-A. Everybody calm down. I need to get up and do stuff. I just don't want to. It's 2:45. I also need to go to my normal Goodwill and look for boots. I'm also just like so cold and I need to fix that because that's not helping. This is part of my grocery haul. I put the cold stuff away when I got home. Also, I told Walmart that I didn't get this. Oops, but I also did not get chicken unless it's still in my car. So remember to look at that when we go to Goodwill. Crap, what time is it? Okay, we can still go to Goodwill. No, oh God. No matter what I tell myself, I need to realize that getting food, like eating out, doesn't make me feel better. In fact, it makes me feel like shit. When I eat food from a fast food place, I don't want to do anything after. I'm so tired. I'm lethargic. I don't want to do anything. I'm like, oh, I'll treat myself. It's such a nice day. I did my dance class. I'm out on errands. No, don't do it. All right, the question is, should I get more bookshelves when I move? I mean, like another bookshelf, not like 10 million. But guys, we're basically full here, okay? And I've got like extra shelves in that aren't really shelves. I could put books on top, so that is an option, which I might do. I don't know. See, when I moved to Minnesota is when I bought the first bookshelf, because I was like, I'm moving, now is the time to buy a bookshelf, etc. Then when I moved to this apartment, I bought the second bookshelf. That tells you how many books I bought. So when I moved into here, I mean, like, listen, when I buy another bookshelf, it's because they will not fit. Like, I need to. And I need to reorganize my books anyway, which will happen when I move, because I've just been like throwing them on there, and they are not like how I would want them. So that'll happen when I move, because there's literally no reason to do it beforehand. But you see, all of those books are not yet on my bookshelf. I've got 3 books over there. I've got a book that somebody else currently has. Like, okay, I've added the new books in. I'll show you what I just did in general. So I took both of Hank Green's books, put them on top of this. So I moved a couple books over here. I put the Scotland book right there. And then over here, I added a couple books down there, moved some up there, put those there, etc. Also, I like how I have read one singular Taylor Jenkins Reid book, and I have purchased 4 others. Debating when I moving Heartstopper. I love Heartstopper, obviously. But I don't know. These are probably some of my favorite books that I've ever read. These 4, love them. But also Red, White, and Royal Blue. But like, this one was like good, but not my favorite. And this one, we know how I feel about that. These are some of my favorites still. The other one's coming out in May, so that'll need to go there. She's got a book. Does she have a book coming out, or was it just this one? Hold on. Yes, she has a book coming out in April, I think. Dream On, Ramona Riley. I thought it was her. So that'll need to add into there. And like, this shelf is very interesting because it's like all of my Christmas books next to each other. But then like I kind of went by season. So like these are very fall-esque. I consider Well, and this is Halloween. I consider Scotland, just in general, kind of summer fallish for whatever reason. Summer, but Abbie Jimenez, that's the thing. My other Abbie Jimenez book is back there. But a hardcover, I don't know. Those are kind of my thoughts on that. I also could take the plays and put them somewhere else. I think that's what I might do before I get a new bookshelf, is put the plays somewhere else, because I don't like use them like I used to, you know? This Goodwill is packed too. God, it's windy. I'm usually not here this late in the day though. I found boots. Huzzah! I'm having that issue again where there's a bunch of things that I want to watch, so I just don't watch anything. So this morning I watched Hannah Montana because that felt like the vibe, I guess. And then for lunch, I was watching Your Home Made Perfect, which is a British home improvement show, basically. Things that I want to watch are things that, like, you know, I want to, like, get back into, like Virgin River, Gilmore Girls, or movies like The City of Ember, movies that I used to really love, or like The Hunger Games. Or, like, I want to find, like, another rom-com and watch that. Or, and this is the troubling bit, because this is where I want to watch the most, apparently, I think. It's like Vampire Diaries, Pretty Little Liars. Like, why? Ah! Other things I got at Goodwill today. I got a Lazy Susan for the corner cabinet in my new kitchen. I got this for spaghetti. I was literally just talking about this with Zach the other day. I got this for my saltine crackers. I was just thinking about this yesterday and how I needed something to put my saltine crackers in. And then I found Mockingjay. I did not find Hunger Games or Catching Fire or The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, but I found Mockingjay. Well, to be clear, I did find the Hunger Games. They just weren't good enough copies. Like, I don't need the book right now. I'm not going to read it, you know? I just want it to own it. So I'm not going to buy a copy until I find a copy that I deem worthy. Also, I did get the chicken as well. It was in my trunk. So it was in there for about 3 to 4 hours. My mom said it should still be fine. So, I don't know. The last time my mom said chicken was fine, I was sick. Well, like, I felt very sick. I made the decision to watch Catching Fire, okay? And then I was like, oh, what streaming service is it on? It's not. So then I was like, no worries. I'll just turn on my PlayStation and I will use my DVD. I don't own the DVD of Catching Fire? What? And this is why people are going back to DVDs and, like, physical books. It's important to own media, because if you don't own the media, then you don't have it. You just don't have it. You can have it one day and they could take it away the next day. Because I have watched The Hunger Games on streaming services. It might be on streaming services, not the ones I have. Okay, so I'm almost done watching Hunger Games, but I decided to, or I guess Catching Fire, I decided to put on the moving background, if you will. I don't know if I like it. It's weird with, like, real colors. Okay, this is pretty cool.
It's 42 degrees and sunny. Today, it'll be cloudy, with a forecasted high of 44 and a low of 26. Have a good one. Playing the album Morning Birds on Spotify.
Good morning. I am sitting here editing last week's video because I didn't edit it yesterday. It was like 9 o'clock last night and I was like, I didn't fucking edit. It's whatever. I'm wearing this pink shirt. It's making my face look very pink. I'm drinking coffee. That's not the point of this clip. The point of this clip is I'm editing last week's vlog. And I don't know what is going on with my voice. I'm like, okay, there are some words that I know I normally say different than, like, other people. I don't know, like, with, like, a different accent or, like, tonation or what have you. There's some words that I, like, always do that with. But in this vlog, I don't know what's happening. My, like, accent is all over the place. And I don't think it's Minnesotan. Like, some stuff that I say now comes across as, like, a Minnesotan with, like, a Minnesotan accent. But I don't think that's what's happening. And I'm very confused because, like, you know, if you're around people a lot of the time that have a different accent, you will just inherently start speaking like that. But I'm not. I am around people that have the same accent, or, like, you know, the Midwestern accent isn't really that much of an accent. It's kind of like the everyman accent. And if anything, I should be getting like a British accent because I'm just hitting myself with British TV currently. So I don't know what's happening. I don't know. I've got 4 hours left before rehearsal, give or take, and I've done nothing with my day. So that's just what we're doing. That's not true. I edited my video. I no longer hear my dryer, so I bet my clothes are dry. Forgot that was happening. I could fold those babies. I made an omelet, which consisted of content for the show. So, did I do nothing? No. I'm going to go see if my clothes are dry. And if they are, I'm going to fold them. And if not, I'm going to start them a little bit longer. I'll probably just put them in a little bit longer anyway. And make mashed potato. I don't know. I need to finish meal prepping, which is just going to be mashed potatoes. I'm not going to do anything crazy this week. Got my bangs trimmed. They were just a little too long for the show. Like, I could have, if I didn't have the show, I probably could have gone another 2-ish weeks before getting them trimmed. But for the show, I just needed them trimmed. I'm probably going to have to go sooner rather than later because I wanted to definitely make sure I didn't go too long. Although, listen, I know that, like, my bangs are like swoopy, but this chunk is always feels bigger than the others. I don't know. I started watching this Scottish little rom-com and it's terrible.
What news? The Nazis have arrived! The Nazis? Huzzah!
I'm home from rehearsal. This guy was in the garage and I don't know. He was like at his car and I was like, okay, like he's at his car. But then like as soon as I like passed to like go to the elevator, it seemed like he like quickly followed me to the elevator. And then he like walked up and was like, hi, and like spoke to me. I don't remember exactly what he said. It seemed like he was like slurring his words a little. And then he was like counting money. And I was like, I do not want to get in the elevator with this guy. But like I had already pushed the button. I'd already been standing there. And the stairs are not like conveniently located. And I also wouldn't want to be caught in the stairs. Like if he had decided to follow me to the stairs, I also thought about being like, oh shit, and going back to my car, but I didn't want him to follow me to my car. I don't know if he would have done either of those things, but I was not comfy. And then we got in the elevator and like the door, like as soon as the door shut, he was like, does this building have 3 bedrooms? I was like, what? He's like, this building have 3 bedrooms. I've got like 2 beds in a den. I was like, I have no idea. Beats me. It's like, oh, okay. And then we got to his floor and he's like, good night. And he left. And it was weird. I was not comfy with that. On another note, I really wanted ice cream tonight, but my stomach was kind of like not happy when I went to rehearsal, which is unfortunate. Because it made the beginning of rehearsal stressful. The 4-hour rehearsal, and I thought I was going to be doing a lot less than I was, but I was not. We did get out early. I mean, we were scheduled originally to go to 10, and then they said till 9. So we did get out early. It's 8:30 right now. I'm also just so flipping tired. So I might have a little bit of ice cream, but then go to bed. I don't know. Hello. So rehearsals start 30 minutes earlier this week, which you're like, oh, that's like nothing. But when you only have an hour and a half to begin with, now we're down to an hour. And really, I get home, the first 15 minutes is like emptying my lunchbox, my coffee mug, like getting all of that out and like maybe even prepped for tomorrow. What was I doing? Oh yeah. And then like the nose thing I just did, that takes a second. And then I have to eat. So I'm throwing this in. I was eating some chips. I got a new bra in the mail. We're going to try that. And then we're going to look at Scotland. I think I need to look at it written out like for the whole week. But I honestly think I'm going to put a down payment on the tour company trip because there's only one spot left. And as long as you give them 16-day notice, you get a 90% refund. So that $75 is something I'm willing to risk after the apartment fiasco. Okay, so this is the other new bra. I don't think I like it. It's all like it's digging in, and I made it super tight up here, but that's because like otherwise there's nothing. There's literally nothing. Why is this so hard? How can you say that? How can you say that? Knows how to write a bitch and play. I didn't realize rehearsal was going till 10 now, which makes sense. It is. So it is now. I mean, we got done like 10 minutes early because there was nothing else we could really do. So it's 10:25 now, and I'm gonna go to bed. Hi, I am home from work. As you saw, I put a little down deposit on a 5-day Isle of Skye tour. And I got really in my head about it, so I did it at work this morning. I didn't want to. I wanted to wait till I got home, but there's only one spot left, and I was starting to freak out about it. So I said, book, because it's a 90% refund if I cancel it. And I only did the down deposit, which was 25% of the total, which ended up being less because I had a 10% discount. Wow! So, but I did that. Wow! It is 5 o'clock. I need to make a sandwich, eat said sandwich, and go to rehearsal. Wahoo!
It's an impossible decision. It's impossible.
So, Bachelor spoilers if you watch The Bachelor and haven't watched the finale yet. Then again, it came out on Monday. So anyway, the spoiler is that he chooses Juliana instead of Latia. And it was very shocking. I haven't seen like the whole thing yet. I did get spoiled, so I knew. And I haven't seen the whole thing yet. I have seen that he chooses Juliana. But it was very shocking for a lot of people, which I think makes sense because of how they edited it. I was even like, damn, is he going to choose Latia? But I had picked Juliana as my pick since the beginning. So people were very shocked by that. It's very interesting. He was very in love with both of them, it does seem. The point is, my Bachelor bracket that I did, I got placed, what was my rank? My rank was 20 out of 61,000. 61,000 places, and I came in 20th place. Baby, how freaking cool. I'm videoing Mary Ann.
Okay, in 1 hour and 11 minutes.
From rehearsal, we did a full run. Howdy doody. I'm so tired, but I want ice cream, so I'm gonna have some ice cream and then go to bed. Is that a smart decision? Probably not, but I don't care. My brain is so out of it today. I I've done a few things, but I've like also done nothing. And I've just been staring at the screen all day. So I'm just walking around the building. Hi, we got our show sweaters. So this has like the Something Rotten logo on it. And then on the back, I'll show you. It's got omelet. All right, I ordered mac and cheese from Noodles because I was silly and I took a PB&J for breakfast. And then we had sandwiches today from like Jersey Mike's for employee appreciation, which I knew was happening. That wasn't a surprise. So instead of having yet another sandwich for my third meal of the day, I decided to order mac and cheese. Was it the best decision? Probably not. I'm so tired and I'm like kind of annoyed and anxious for whatever reason. I don't know. But we're gonna go get my mac and cheese. Dear! Let me have a moment for the hair. Marianne did my hair, and when I like went to like go look in the mirror, well, I was in the bathroom and then I looked in the mirror for like the first time after she did it, and I was like, oh my god, I feel so beautiful. I love my hair curled. I need to learn how to curl my hair and get a curling iron because I don't have one anymore, because I love my hair curled. It makes me feel infinitely better. So I did stay up a little bit and eat a few of these hint of lime tortilla chips, and now I'm gonna go to bed. Methinks I am tired, but I wanted a little snack and just kind of like chill because I am tired. But when I got home I was also like jazzed, so I'm gonna go to bed now. It's close to 11 o'clock. They're putting in this carpet and it's ugly. Hi, I have about 20-ish minutes before I go to rehearsal. I just got home. I am fired up because this customer was complaining and she talked to a front desk team member, and she talked to the front desk manager, and then she wanted the executive director, and the manager was like, I can give you the director, my boss. So I talked to her and it wasn't good enough. So then she talked to my boss, the executive director, and she was spitting lies. And she said I was aggressive. I'm usually not arguing with somebody and being aggressive. I'm usually like trying to like stand my ground and be angry, but I'm usually like anxious and sad. Even and like when I was on the phone with her, again, trying to stand my ground, trying to keep it here rather than like, I'm so sorry, you're totally right, because she wasn't. She was not in the right. So I'm trying to keep it here, level-headed, because I'm the third person this woman has talked to. And she said I was aggressive. And my boss was like, I don't think Abbie has an aggressive bone in her body. I didn't have an in-depth conversation with my boss after the phone call because I was leaving. So we just had like a quick chat. But my boss's opinions and feelings after the phone call weren't entirely what I wanted them to be or thought they would be. I don't know. So I'm just like a bundle of nonsense right now. On the other side of life, tonight is our final rehearsal. We open tomorrow. It's going to be great. We went through the whole show last night, and it was fabulous. So tonight, spectacular. I'm sure of it. I need to grab a ring before I forget.
Come on over. Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over?
I am home from work and it is opening night, baby. It's also 70 degrees out, but it looks like rain. And I have not been home basically all week. So we're gonna take this time to do things. As you get, like, it's so gloomy. You can't really tell how gloomy it is in here, but it is gloomy in here. So we're not gonna chance the rain. Plus, we haven't been home like all week, so I'm gonna take the extra hour that I have and do something with it. First, nose thing, and then maybe just like a tidy, because I need it. Sandwich. Outside. I propped up my table because I'm smart. So I did do some kitchen tidying, but then after that, I literally just kind of chilled, which is important when you don't have chill time. Now let's go open a show, baby. I'm home from the show and Zach and Brie gave me flowers. Wow. The show went amazing. If every audience is as good as that, like I can only hope that every audience would be as good as that. And not just because Zach and Brie were there. That audience was amazing. That audience was everything. That's probably one of the best audiences I've ever had in my life. So it was good. Everybody did great. It was fabulous. I felt important because at one point, one of the houses for the set was put in the wrong place and it needed to be moved because of dance. And then I helped somebody figure out when to move it and to move it. So I felt important about that. But I'm tired, so I'm going to go get in my pajamas and then we'll say goodnight. I did go out to the bar restaurant after the show with everybody from the cast. So that was fun. All right, it is now after midnight and I'm going to bed. This week was a whole lot of nothing, but somehow I still have 30 minutes worth of footage, so that's nice. Went to Goodwill, many Goodwills. I'm sure we did other things. And we had rehearsal. Huzzah. Oh, I put a down payment, a deposit, if you will, on a tour in Scotland. I need to think through that a little bit more. But that was this last week. Next week, wow, you're going to see more show tomorrow and the next day. And then I've got some days off, which is crazy. And then more show. Huzzah. So I'm going to go to bed so that way I can be awake for that. And I will see you guys in the next vlog. Bye!